Hey everyone, this is Danny from creatingawebstore.com, and today we're going to install the PrestaShop open source shopping cart onto our Godaddy web hosting account. So let's begin by downloading PrestaShop. Let's go to PrestaShop.com and click on download. We're going to be downloading the 1.5.2 version, which is the latest version at this time. Now while this file downloads, we should download an FTP client as well. While GoDaddy does have a built-in web-based FTP client, it times out when you upload large files. So what we're going to need is a free FTP client. Now if you're using Dreamweaver or any other type of way of uploading files, I should say, you can use those, but in this tutorial I will be using FileZilla. So let's begin by going to FileZilla-project.org and download the latest version, which is this one right here. I'm going to be downloading the Mac version because I'm on a Mac computer. If you're on a Windows computer, you're obviously going to want the Windows version. Now notice that the file that I just downloaded is actually a zipped file. On a Mac computer with Safari, zip files basically get unarchived upon downloading. I had to change my settings in Safari by going to Preferences, General, and unticking Open Save Files after downloading. I don't know if Internet Explorer, Firefox, or Chrome unarchives files automatically upon downloading. If it does, you will want to look into a way of preserving the archive file so that we can upload it all in one shot. So now we're going to go to GoDaddy.com and get our web hosting account login credentials. Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm on a Linux shared hosting plan. I'm basically installing PrestaShop on a Linux account. Now, if you have Windows installed, I don't know how that will work for you. So you will probably want to have Linux, the Linux OS installed on your hosting account. In the last tutorial, I installed Magento, and this homepage screenshot is basically from that installation, which GoDaddy will update this. Right now, when I go to my web store, you will see that it's actually empty. This just hasn't, the screenshot hasn't been updated yet. So here where it says server details, we copied this IP address and we enter this information into the host section, host field of FileZilla. We basically need to install FileZilla now. And your username, you set up a username and password when you created your web hosting account. You were asked to set up a username and password, and you can use that to log in. Okay, now locate the PrestaShop downloaded file, which is here in my case, and upload it to Godaddy. Now this file is being uploaded. While this file uploads, let's get some other information that we will need to set up PrestaShop. In the server details section here of the Godaddy FTP file manager, click on Show Details. And right here you will see the absolute hosting path of your web hosting account. Copy this. And I'm going to paste this into my text editor because I'm going to need this path later on. Since there are some minor changes that we have to make to our web hosting configuration file in order for PrestaShop to get installed properly. So let's click FTP File Manager. Okay, now PrestaShop has been uploaded to our Godaddy web hosting account. So what we're going to do is we're going to unarchive PrestaShop. You can do this by ticking off the box next to the file and click unarchive. And now this is going to get unarchived into the root directory. So we leave it at that with the 1// and we hit OK. Now that our PrestaShop zip file has been unarchived, we can delete the zip file. Just tick it off here and click on delete. Now this is our PrestaShop folder. The way it's set up right now, people visiting our store would have to go to our store's web URL and then type in PrestaShop, and that's how they would get your store. I want to install PrestaShop into the root directory so that when people visit my store, they can just type in the web URL and automatically see the actual store. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the FTP file manager. We're going to click on the PrestaShop folder, and we're going to move the files that are within this folder into the root directory. You basically want to change the page size to 50 so that we can move as many of these files and folders in one shot as possible. So we tick off all these files and folders. We click on Move, and then we select the root directory. And then we hit OK. Now you will notice that there are some more files that we need to move. So again, we check off all these boxes and we hit Move again. And again, we select the root directory and hit OK. Now we move back to our root directory by clicking on it, and we delete the PrestaShop folder since it's now empty. Now we go back to our web store's URL, and we type in the URL and we hit enter, and you will see that the installation wizard begins. Here we choose our language and we agree to the terms. You're going to want to read these terms prior to doing that, and hit next. Okay, now that we're on the next page of our PrestaShop installation wizard, you will notice that PrestaShop does a system compatibility check. In this case, my configuration is valid. Yours will probably be valid as well, since Godaddy does set up their web hosting accounts to be compatible with most of the programs that are out there on the web today. If your web hosting account isn't 100% compatible, you will want to look into how to enable most of these parameters. I won't go into that because, again, from my experience, GoDaddy does have all of these perimeters enabled by default. But if you scroll further down, you will notice that in the optional setup section, PHP perimeter, PHP magic quotes option is actually activated and it needs to be deactivated. So I'm going to show you how to deactivate this option. If you do not want to go through this next step, you don't have to. My goal in this video is to set up PrestaShop perfectly. So I'm going to actually go in and show you how to do this. So let's go back to the FTP file manager, and we click on the box next to php.ini, which is the file that we will need to edit, and you click on edit. And here now you will notice perimeter allow URL f open. While PrestaShop does not tell us anything about the allow URL f open, know that it does need to be turned on. I came across a message about this in the PrestaShop admin section the other day when I was installing PrestaShop. In my php.ini file, allow URL f open is already turned on. In your case, it will probably be turned off. So what you do is you change the off to on. And now, further down, we're going to paste magic quotes GPC right here and equal off, which will turn off magic quotes GPC and make this little error message go away. You can get this information at the URL that's in the description of this video at creatingawebstore.com. Just look in the description area of this YouTube video and you will see the full URL. Now the upload temp directory, we're going to need to enter a value for this. With your current setup, it looks like this. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to copy and paste that path that I asked you to copy earlier from the server details section, and we're going to copy that and paste it right here in the where it says upload underscore tmp underscore dir equals, and right here we're going to paste that /tmp, which is the temp folder that's in the root directory of our web hosting account. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the save icon, and we're going to close this file, and we're going to rename the file from php.ini to php5.ini. And now in some cases these changes take effect immediately, but in most cases it takes 5, 10, 20 minutes for the changes to actually take effect. We can check whether these changes have actually taken effect by creating a new file and typing a little bit of PHP code into it. And again, you can get this information at the URL in the description of this video. So we will start by typing in PHP open tag echo PHP info function semicolon PHP end tag, and we save this file, and we enter in the name info.php, and we hit OK. And now we close the file, and now we go back to our web URL. I actually opened a new tab so that I can leave this wizard open, and we type in our store's URL /info.php, and in this file you will see our web hosting account's configuration. The changes have taken effect because the loaded configuration file is php5.ini, and we can check this magic quotes perimeter. As you can see, it has been turned off, and our temp directory is currently set up to the temp directory that we just, to the value that we just set up in the php5.ini file. And now we can hit the refresh button to see whether this error message will go away. Now, after we have hit the refresh button, you will see that PrestaShop is having trouble with the session directory. Now, I don't know if this will happen on your web hosting account. In my case, it did happen. PrestaShop is trying to write to a directory that we do not have access to. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the path of where sessions are actually written. We do this by going back to the FTP file manager, and we edit the php5.ini file once again. And what we will need to do is we will need to get that PHP perimeter variable, which is session save path. And that variable looks like this. This information again will be available at my website, creatingawebstore.com. The URL is in the description of this video. And we paste that here, equals, and we will make the session save path the same as our upload temp directory path, and we paste that right here. And we hit the save icon, and we close this file. And again, this could take 5 to 10 minutes for these changes to take effect. We can check whether the session save path has been changed by going to our info.php file. Hit refresh on your browser, and as you can see, the save path has not changed yet. Okay, so I paused this video because it took around 10 minutes for the save path, the new save path, to get recognized by the system. Now the new save path reflects the changes that we have made. If your save path is still at no value, or whether it's incorrect, or if it's incorrect, you might need to wait a few more minutes. Once the save path registers correctly, we can go back to the Presta wizard and refresh, and now the session error has went away. Now at this point we need to create a database. So now we go back to the Godaddy FTP file manager, and we hover over where it says databases, and we click on the MySQL link. And now we add a database by clicking on the Add One Now link. And this is your friendly name. It could be anything you want it to be. In my case, it's going to be PrestaShop _DB. Your username can be anything you want it to be. It's going to be the username and the database name. So I'm going to enter my stores DB. And again, the password can be anything you want it to be. And we click OK. And now we wait for our database to be set up. This takes a couple of minutes, but this screen, this pop-up window automatically refreshes. So once it's set up, you will see in the status column that it will show setup. Okay, so our database has been set up. Now we hover over the Actions button and click it. And we click on the Details link. And we go down to where it says hostname, and we copy this URL. And we paste it into the database server address field. And our database name and database login is this database name and username that we set up earlier. And the password is the password that you just set up. And now here you're probably going to want to enter in a valid email address. I'm going to skip this part. Hit next. Okay, now on this screen you're going to be asked to enter in your shop settings and merchant account information. You're going to want to enter in valid information here. Since this is for demo purposes, I'm just going to enter in some random information. Install demo products. This is basically asking you whether you want some demo products installed in your store. I want demo products installed because this installation is only for demo purposes. You'll want to select no, and if you do that, your store will be awaiting products that you add to it. So again, no would be the option that you will want it to be since you will be running an actual store. And hit next. And now our store is being set up. Okay, now our store has been set up. So this is the front office. This is the front end of your store. If you click this link, you will see what your home page will look like. In my case, I have demo products installed, so this is what it looks like. And this is your back office. This is the admin section. This is where you make changes to your store. This is where you add products, categories, etc. So notice now that for security reasons, PrestaShop is asking us to delete the install folder. This is very important because if you do not delete this folder, someone can come along and rewrite all your files and basically make all your hard work go right down the drain because they will delete everything that's in your store. So you definitely want to delete that install folder. Just go to the FTP file manager of Godaddy, click the box next to install, hit delete. Now it's asking us to rename the admin folder. Again, this is so that people can't guess what the admin URL of your store is. Since admin is common with most software installations, you'll want to rename it to something a little bit more unique. I'm going to rename it to my admin. You might want to use a name that's a little bit harder to guess. And hit OK. So we're going to go back to this backend, and now where it says admin in the URL, we're going to rename this part to the name that we just went with for the folder. So basically, I'm going to type in my admin right here, and now you will be asked to log in. And now, since I'm on a Safari web browser, I had trouble uploading images, and I probably spent hours trying to figure out what's wrong, because I thought that I had a issue with permissions on my upload folders, when in fact there is a little bug in the PrestaShop catalog manager where it does not work properly on Safari web browsers. I also read on the internet that people with Chrome web browsers and Firefox are experiencing similar issues. So what I actually had to do is I had to go to a Windows PC, and I had to use Internet Explorer to upload products. I'm going to show you the error right now. So this is the error that I'm getting on Safari. Again, if you're on a Windows PC with Internet Explorer, you will most likely not get this error. See, this is the error that I'm receiving. I will now go on my Windows PC. I will use Boot Camp on a Mac computer actually, and I will boot up Windows, and I will show you that it is indeed possible to upload images, and it's just a little bug that's preventing us Safari users from uploading images to PrestaShop. So here I am on my retro Windows PC, and I'm going to log into the admin section. And now we're going to go back to the product, and we're going to edit it. And we're going to go back to the images section. And now we're going to upload an image. And now the image has been uploaded. Click Save. And now let's go back to our front end, the front end of our store. And there's our item. Now you can see that an image has been uploaded successfully.